Hello, my name is Helene Harte, and I'm a faculty member at the University of Cincinnati Blue Ash College. I've been a classroom teacher, lead teacher, center director. I've taught classes and published articles related to diversity and done research in the areas of engagement. The items I'm going to share with you, I hope will help you embrace diversity during this week of the young child and beyond. When using literature to embrace diversity, it's important to help children see themselves in books. For example, this book, Reading Grows by Ellen B. Senesi. I like this book because it shows children being successful readers in a variety of ways at different ages. It's not a book about diversity, but it includes diverse images. Part of an anti-bias curriculum is to help children develop positive social identities as well as be comfortable with diversity. This is also related to social studies early learning standards, which includes awareness of yourself and others. Also part of the Ohio Early Learning and Development Standards in Language and Literacy are about showing an appreciation for reading. So you can see how the children enjoy reading in all these different pictures. When reading this book, you'd want to highlight and discuss the pictures, and extensions might include talking about what children like to read and creating class books. It's also important that you go beyond the tourist approach. It's not just about having one representation or token for various cultures, for example, Cinco de Mayo or Chinese New Year. It's about authentically including a range of cultures. This book, Children Just Like Me by UNICEF, is an example of a book that has both authentic images and may fall into the tourist approach. You might be familiar with this book, but this wouldn't be the only book you have in the classroom that shows diverse images. So this picture here with Rachel, she's from France, but you notice she's not wearing a beret and carrying a baguette. She's not the stereotypical French little girl. In addition, we have these pictures of these two children from Ethiopia. The children from Ethiopia are dressed just like children from the United States would be. So it's an example of showing children in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of text in this book. This isn't a book that you would read word for word. It's an informational book. So it'd be one book to have in the classroom. There is a danger, though, of stereotyping. So you want to be careful about how you use the books and be sure you have a range of books in the classroom. You know your class best, so you have to choose what you think the children in your class will enjoy. That has to do with listening to the children in your class. What are they interested in? I had a class that was really into growing things and gardening. Where did their food come from? I like this book, What's in the Garden? It's about all the different things that grow in a garden. It includes rhyming words. It has rich vocabulary words. There are recipes for the different fruits and vegetables. And there are illustrations of diverse children planting or eating. As you look through the book, it has not only the rich text, but it has riddles. Delicious, nutritious, what could it be? In spring there are blossoms all over the tree, red, green, or yellow with fruit that is round. If you don't pick it up, it plops to the ground, and you can see it's an apple. In the illustrations, there are different children trying different things. You see the recipes, children that look different. So this is an opportunity to talk about children's favorite foods, build a bridge between the book and the real world, connecting to the foods they might eat or grow in gardens. Talk about foods that they might bake at home. Other books about growing things include The Flower Garden by Eve Bunting, Feast for 10 by Catherine Falwell, and extensions of this book might include planting a garden in the classroom or making a recipe from the book. Of course, be aware of food allergies and food preferences. When including books in the classroom, use lots of different genres. Use fiction, poetry, informational books. Ultimately, at the center of anti-bias education, the goal is to create an environment where children and families have a sense of belonging and are able to get along together in diverse settings, as well as address children's basic rights. If you have questions about anti-bias education, this is a great resource from the National Association for the Education of Young Children. Anti-Bias Education for Young Children and Ourselves, Louise Derman Sparks and Julie Olson Edwards, has a lot of information about what is the tourist curriculum, how is it that you include diverse images, books, and materials in an authentic way, and avoid just focusing on the holidays and food. So I highly recommend this resource. It's important to avoid stereotypes and remove them from the classroom. And not only are you going to examine your classroom and take out stereotypes, but also present a counter image to stereotypes. An example I can think of related to this is going into the dramatic play area with a little boy, and it was set up like a doctor's office. And I said, should I be the doctor or the patient? And he said, you can't be a doctor, you're a girl. Which caused me to think and look around my classroom and notice I didn't have any books with pictures of female doctors. I also then took the next step, and when we were talking about firefighters, I called the fire station and said, please send a female firefighter so I can present a counter image to the stereotype. Consider books with themes all children can relate to. For example, How Far Do You Love Me by Lula Delaclaire. I like this book because it deals with emotion and attachment to a caregiver. It could lead to discussion about who's in your family, the different people who love the children in your class. Who's in our family and who we consider to be family varies by culture. One commonality is we all call it family. So anti-bias curriculum is about helping children see commonalities as well as differences. And this book has lots of great images. I love you to the top of the peaks lit by the morning sun. It's also great language and vocabulary. And the pictures of the people in the book are from different backgrounds as well. So this is a helpful book in terms of connecting children to each other. If you like this book, you might also like Mama, Do You Love Me by Barbara M. Juice. And then Guess How Much I Love You and I Love You As Much are books with similar themes about the love of family, but they have animals as characters. I hope these books have encouraged you to try incorporating this into your classroom. Please send us an email sharing how you incorporated the Week of the Young Child's theme of embracing diversity.